Hi, everybody. Paul Preston here from Venture English, and this is Cafe English. Today, I'm thinking a lot about the weather because, as you probably have started to notice wherever you live, the weather is changing. If you live down south, maybe it's turning into spring and you're looking forward to a great summer. But if you live up north, maybe you're enjoying some nice, cool autumn days. So I thought that weather would be a good topic for today's Cafe English because, weather is the number one most common small talk topic in the world. I think I've mentioned that before in a previous Cafe English, and it's worth repeating because it really is important. But there's a lot of words that you can use that relate to the weather. And the weather might seem a little bit boring to talk about at first, but actually there's a lot of interesting things to discuss about the weather. For example, here in Japan, where I live, the fall is a beautiful time of year. We get beautiful fall days, but often the wind and the clouds kind of kick in, and it's almost like the summer weather is fighting the winter weather for dominance in the fall, and that's really fun to watch. And sometimes we get the typhoons that come in. They bring lots of rain and, of course, lots of wind and actually some danger for some areas, of course. So typhoons are not really a good thing, but they certainly are a huge effect on the weather. Strong winds, hard rains, pouring down rain. It's just really an intense weather experience. But let's talk about some other words you might use for wind or rain. Because, of course, you can have gusty winds that flow kind of powerfully, but then they kind of relax and then they go powerful again. That's a gusty wind. And you can have a breeze, a light breeze. A breeze is a very soft, gentle wind. Of course, you can also call it a gentle wind. There's harsh winds that come with things like typhoons or hurricanes. Intense winds, you can say as well. Of course, these are for very serious storms. And then there's just the wind blowing through the trees or blowing through some wind chime or something like that. So that's the wind. And then there's the rain. The rain might be sprinkling, just a little bit of rain. Could be pouring. That's a lot of rain. Could be raining cats and dogs. I don't know where that comes from, but we say it a lot. Raining cats and dogs. It could be just sort of spitting out there, we say. It's not really a nice word, but we do use it. It's just spitting out there, not so serious of rain. But if it's snow, well, the words change a little bit. You can flurry, just a little bit of snow floating in the air. That's a snow flurry. And but a blizzard is, of course, when there's a snowstorm and the wind and the snow is just pouring down. We also have a whiteout. That's when you can't see in front of you because the snow is so bad. Well, let's hope we don't have to deal with that too much in the winter this year. But there's another good fall word, which is fog. Fog is that sort of misty air that rolls in the nighttime or sometimes in the morning, kind of blankets the earth in a kind of like a cloud, and it's very wet and you can't see in front of you. It's very charming. Fog. That's the fog. And of course, there's the mist. And the mist is like fog, but a little bit softer. So these are a few words to sort of spice up your weather talk as we get into fall. And don't forget to have a look at the autumn leaves. Those are the leaves that are changing color. The fall foliage, we also say sometimes. Have a look at the autumn leaves in the crisp air of fall. And that's a great phrase to use, kind of chilly, crisp. It means it's kind of cool, not yet cold, but a little bit strong sensation. So it's a lot different from a hot or muggy day, cool, crisp air of fall. So I hope that you enjoy your fall. And if you're on the bottom of the earth and you're starting to go into spring, well, I'm having some trouble thinking about spring right now. So hopefully when we hit spring, I'll put one up and maybe you can use that at that time next year. But for now, I'm just going to stick with those fall words. Thanks for joining me today on Cafe English, and I hope to see you again next week.